up? It's your boy Bodyguard back again for another post, y'all. Today I am joined by my very good friend for another very special episode. As y'all know, we just finished up his debut for his first leading role. Now, we've watched this man dance all over the screen doing his thing. We already know how hard he go in the paint, right? Introducing back for the third time, my main man, Jamaal Randall.
What's up, man? Glad to be back. Glad to be back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, it's an honor, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And y'all already know what's going down. Y'all see it on the screen. Today we are talking Somebody's Gotta Die.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man. So, you know how it goes. I got to start it off, right? How you feeling, big dog?
Man, I'm feeling great. Feeling blessed. You know, highly favored, the whole cliche, you know, the whole saying, man, just lost for words, actually. You know, it's, you get an opportunity, take advantage of it. You know, these are one of the opportunities I always prayed for, you know. I've been put in the box for a long time, for being a funny guy, being a comedian, and the tap dancing and stuff to make sure everybody having a good time and laughing and stuff, you know. And that's cool. I love it. I'll never shy away from that. And people always think that when I say I want to do serious roles, they always think I'm saying forget about comedy completely. That's not the case. Comedy's always going to be there, you know what I mean? That's my natural route, you feel me? But I want to show people that I got range. I'm a real actor. Like, I take this craft serious, you know? I don't just do one trick, you know? I'm not a one-trick pony. I'm not just in one lane in this field. I actually have, you know, a variety of ranges, man. And I just appreciate DeMarcus Bailey for giving me a chance to show that range in JF Bailey Films. So shout out to you, brother, for that opportunity.
Already. You know, major shouts out to DeMarcus Bailey, you know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to get the chance to come work with my man, you know what I'm saying? I've heard good things, I've heard bad things, you know what I'm saying? But I really always like to take the chance to get to know the person, you know, regardless of what anybody ever says to me, right? But yeah. I've been watching DeMarcus Bailey for a long time, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually very proud of the progress that he's made over the years, right? Because where he started to where he is now is leaps and bounds.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. And that's what the name of the game is making sure that you have that progression, right? So so talk to me a little bit about how this came to fruition, right? I know this is from the mind of Derek Massey, right?
Absolutely. Shout out to Derek Massey, the writer. Man, pen game is sick. Man, dude cold with it, man. So awesome story.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this project came to me. It literally fell in my lap, man, by the grace of God. I was at Cigar International, my partner E-Mac. Shout out to my boy E-Mac. We was out there in the colony at the Cigar International, man. Just outside in the patio, just having a good time like brothers do, you know. Sitting there smoking cigars and stuff, man, and I get a little buzz in my pocket. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's kind of odd, you know. DeMarcus Bailey. I'm like, he don't never call me. Like, what's up, you know? He hit me up and say, hey, man, we'd be interested in a role for a new film we have. I said, okay, what's the role? You know, absolutely. You know, I got you. He says, a lead role. I said, do tell, my brother. You know, some eyes got real big. I was like, hey, okay, I'm sounding kind of interesting so far. What's up? You know, what it's about? He said, well, it's about a hitman. And he said, that's really pretty much all I know so far. He said, I don't know the whole story yet because I guess the story was still fresh to him at the time when it was given to me as well, you know. And then, man, we locked in on that thing, man, and man, here we are. You know, it was an honor to see somebody, you know, see something in me to even make them want to give me that opportunity. So when I'm given opportunities like that, I don't take them for granted at all. I take full advantage of it in a positive way, you know. So yeah, it literally fell in my lap, man, and talked to Candace. Shout out to Candace Renee as well. She told me the whole talk. They sat there and had like a round table, like, yo, man, who do y'all feel out here in the Metroplex needs that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, needs that you know what I'm saying, like that touchdown, real, you know, like, who haven't really had a chance to really show what they got and what they can, you know, present to the world. And they said my name was in the mix. My name came up, and it was almost like they had a vote on it, like, yo, that's a good idea. I feel like Jamaal would carry this film. Like, yes, he hasn't had that chance yet. I feel like he can do this thing. So for them trusting in me and even believing in me, man, is huge for me. So shout out to everyone who was in that room, whoever voiced my name to be the lead of the film. Salute to you. The ones I know and don't know as well. So, man, thank y'all so much.
Right. Because it's one thing to, be playing a support role for so long, right? And you just giving your blood, sweat, and tears, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Spending your time and hard-earned money, making sure that you keep yourself right. The hours in the gym, the hours studying, right?
Yeah.
All that stuff plays a big part, I know we talk a lot about the doing the work outside of actually being on the screen or outside of being on the camera, right? It's not just what happens when you get on set, right? The framework happens outside. You always talk about building a backstory for your characters and stuff like that, right? So it's just amazing to see how you put that together, man. It's like, and I'm noticing, like, I noticed your delivery on your lines is just like you were impeccable with this bad boy, right? Like, it was those scenes that you and Terrence had together, man. T Banks, man. Shout out to T Banks, by the way, man.
Shout out to T Banks, man.
But them scenes that you and T Banks had together, man, like, y'all, those scenes are worth the price of admission alone. You know what I'm saying? Because it just, like, the synergy that y'all had, the way y'all were able to play back and forth from each other, like, I really enjoyed watching that. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to both of y'all, bro, because I can see the growth, you know what I'm saying, from where y'all started to where y'all are now, man. It's like night and day, bro.
Right.
It's like night and day. Like, I always had major respect for your game anyway.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But seeing where you are now and the performance you just gave, bro, that hats off to you, my man. Like,
I appreciate that, man.
The only thing I hate about the movie is that I wasn't able to make the premiere because I was booked. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I hated.
Hey, man, but that's a good thing, though, man. You know what I mean? Booked and busy, bro, is always a good thing. And for people to be close friends and, I share a brotherhood with you, man. So I see us as more than just friends, man. We go way back, right? So a brother will understand that, you know what I mean? To see you winning and see you growing and doing your thing, it's no bad blood. There's no malice connected to that at all, because we all understand that we all out here working, man. So I don't get butthurt when people miss my premieres or events I got going on if they're working themselves, you know what I'm saying? And it should feel the same way on the other side, you feel me? So
yeah,
man. So shout out to you, man, for doing your thing, bro. I'm very proud of you, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You already know what my dream goal is. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
My dream goal is to be shooting something that you in.
Yeah.
Because if I just, when you told me what you wanted to do, probably about a good 10, 11 years ago, you know what I'm saying? I say, well, he already in the game. He already acting in stage plays around that time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I know I want to do this camera thing, man, but I got to catch up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just looked
boy,
like...
did you, man. Did you, boy. And then you went past the finish line, bro. You looking back now like, yo, hold up, man. Y'all need to catch up with me. You feel me? Like, bro, I'm telling you, broke the mold, man. And so that's the thing about it, man. You get opportunities, you take it and run with it, man. You don't mishandle that. You don't mistreat it, man. You don't abuse it. You don't abandon it. You take it and run with it, literally, man. Like, and it's like the saying, like, you be careful what you pray for, because you just might get it.
Right.
This is one of those situations for me, for sure, but I was prepared for it, even when people doubted me and didn't think I had what it took for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, that was, I'm not cocky or arrogant by a long shot, man, but I do know my worth, a lot of cats, man, will come to me and be like, opposed to saying, hey, man, I hope you kill it, go do your thing. It was, man, you better do a good job, bro. Man, you better kill it, man. I pay attention to everything, all the nuances and the jokes or whatever you want to call them, this and that, because some people really don't be joking with you, you know what I mean? So you got to kind of be cautious on who you, share your space with and opportunities, you know what I'm saying? So, because some people can try to derail you, man, from where you're trying to go. Unknowingly, those you thought was close to you be the main ones pulling the rug from under your foot,
Nah, for real.
But it's all about just locking in and believing in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Know who God called you to be. Only you know that. It wasn't a conference call. It was a direct call.
It always is.
You know what I mean? So it's nobody else's business what nobody feel about you. You know, it's not your business or what somebody think about you or what their opinion is about you. It's not your business at all. The best thing you could do is just lock in on who you are. The person you see in the mirror every day is the one you compete with. You're in the race, you're not going to be looking next to you, seeing if you're winning. You're looking at the finish line, you know what I mean? So, like, lock in on who God called you to be, man. Everything else going to fall in place. I'm saying, like, You know, them haters gonna be there, man. Let that be your fuel and your motivation.
Right. You know, in this journey right now for me, a lot of the people that started out as haters have kind of got quiet.
Yeah.
You know, like
they're funny, huh?
So right, the people that was hating, you know, they kind of got quiet, and I don't know if they got quiet because they figured that, you know, so I played the 50 Cent game. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing to say.
Right.
I have nothing to say.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying?
That's it. I'm the same way, man. I would never tell you how good I am. I'm never gonna sit there and say, I'm the best, this and that. Anybody can talk a good game. I let my actions speak for me. I let my craft do the talking. You know what I mean? I don't have to tell you how good I am. My work is gonna do that for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk castmates, man. Anybody that gets an honorable mention.
Oh man. First of all, big shout out to Terrence Banks, bro. That dude slaughtered that role, man. It's Marcel, man. Logan Wilhite, man, killed it, man. You know what I'm saying? With the accent. It was to the point, man, he did the accent so good, but I forgot he didn't talk like that for real, you know. So shout out to my man Logan, man. You did an awesome job, brother. Like I said, back to Terrence Banks, man. Like before we would shoot our scenes, man, he would come to me and be like, hey, man, look, hey, man, it's an honor to work with you, bro. Like, I really don't, you know what I mean? So that made me feel a way. I'm like, wow, man, like, it's like you don't know how people perceive you. You just out here doing your thing, you working and grinding, man. You don't know who looking up to you or not, man. So for him to say that and then deliver the way he delivered, man, was really huge. And I think like a lot of people sleep on him as well, you know what I mean? I'm not giving him like, the opportunity to show his range, to give him a chance to stretch as an artist. And he took that thing and ran with it. He's a living example of how you take the opportunity and run with it, man. So shout out to my boy T Banks, man. Much love. My man Florida Powmore, man, another beast. He played D.A. Morgan, you know what I'm saying? The dude is always on top of his game, man. When I first met this guy, I didn't even know who this guy was. I was on the set of Smoking Ashes, man, just watching this dude behind the scene. Like, I'm like, yo, man, who this guy with the glasses on, bro? They're like, Florida? I said, no, man, the guy with the glasses on. They said, no, his name is Florida. I said, his name is Florida like the state? It was like, yeah. I said, yo, whoever this Florida guy is, this dude is cold, man. I don't know where this guy came from. And he's actually from Florida, which is funny, man. Shout out to my boy Florida, man. You know what I'm saying? My man Morocco, that's on the page right now. Salute, brother. Mr. Tate, shout out, brother. You know, everybody watching. Yeah, man. So, yeah, he showed up and showed out. And every time I'm on a set with him, man, it's always a good vibe, man. It's always positivity. He's always locked in. He's always believable, man. So shout out to my boy. Even William Cordier, man, you know, he played Sharif, young brother, man. You know, he was nervous a lot, but he was very open to, you know, learning and listening, you know. He didn't neglect direction, you know what I mean? You know, but when it came time to work, he showed up and did his big one. So shout out to my boy Will, man, on that one. My girl Nicole Watkins, you know, salute to her, man. She was very petrified starting out, you know. We had to break a lot of ice with her, man, because she was like just shivering and just like, oh my God, I don't know, you know, this and that. So once she started getting comfortable and like really like letting go, letting loose, man, she started to flow, and she took directions very well as well. And we had talks outside the set, just kind of like locking in on our scenes of what's to come. And I kind of broke down character development to her and scene study, you know, how to dissect the scene to make the scene flow naturally. And I was like, hey, love, just focus on one scene at a time, you know. Yeah, we have a huge part in this movie, but we're not doing the whole movie at once. Let's focus on one scene at a time, and it's gonna make sense. And
right.
So salute.
That's some advice that somebody gave me. He told me, all you have to do to become a good DP is focus one shot at a time.
That's it, man.
Throw it one shot at a time.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it, man.
Like, so that's excellent advice.
Absolutely, man. That's the best advice you can give anybody in any field of work. I don't care what it is, man. You know, big or small, man. In any scale of anything, that's the best advice you can give. And life is always gonna be the best teacher as well. Just walk, man. And you know, and shout out to my boy Brandon Medlock. You know, he always come through do his thing, man, with the comedy, man, and just showing his range and stuff like that, bro. He came through, was a great support. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy. You know, man, who else am I missing? Man, make sure I ain't missing nobody. Yeah, big shout out to my man Corey Espy for directing. It was his directorial debut, man. So me and him both had a first with this one, you know, since we both got our cherries popped at the same time, pause, in this regard. You know what I mean? Probably using different terminology, but y'all feel me. So salute to that brother, man. He was very hungry. He was very locked in, man, and he would tell you himself that I was calling this dude down there every day after we shot. It's like, yo, man, how's everything going in editing, man? Like, what's going on? Everything cool? What's up? Like, everything looking good? Sound on point? Do I look all right? Am I delivering my lines right? How do I look? Am I believable? This and that. So I was blowing him up. He's like, yo, hey, you good? You good, bro? Don't worry about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my Corey SB. That's my Corey SB impersonation. No, don't worry about it, bro. Everything is good, fam. Just like it. You killed it, you know? And his directing style was so hilarious, man, because you look at Corey SB and see like this big old, this big old guy, man, like this big old, real rugged, hard-looking guy, man, and
right, he talk like a godfather.
Yeah, type stuff, right? But then this fool
would make you an offer you can't refuse.
So I'm like, is this a movie or am I getting interrogated right now? What's going on? So he'll be directing, bro, then he'll just flip the switch. And so let's say if he's directing Nicole, right, well, Jasmine's character, he'll turn into a woman, bro, and then be looking at me saying her lines, bro. I was so uncomfortable with that, man. Like, this dude, 6'2", 6'3", big black dude, man. You know what I mean? Touch my shoulder. Baby, you cooked today? I'm like, no, man. I'm not even hungry, brother. Like, I'm a starve today. That's how I felt, But on a serious note, man, that dude did what it took, man, to bring the best out of us, man. So shout out to him. I know he was nerve-wracking with that as well. That was a huge load on his back, first time directing, man. And DeMarcus Bailey left him on set by himself. Like, somebody let him cook. He said, hey, you got it. I trust you. I trust your crew. Y'all handle up, and shout out to Marvin. Yeah, Marvin be hard on you, boy, you know what I mean? If it suck, he gonna tell you it suck. He ain't gonna lie to you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So shout out to General Marvin. That's what I call him. That's what we call him, man. So, yeah, man, I had a blast with the crew, Everyone did a great job, man. Very proud of the product. Absolutely.
That's what's up. Yeah. So being one of the more tenured guys on set, right? Because I know when you're in a space like that and you are one of the ones that have a bit of time in the game, what is it like showing those leadership qualities? Like, how do you put that together? Like, is it different for each person that you deal with, or like, how do you make that happen?
Absolutely. The thing is just be on top of your game at all times. You know what I mean?
Right. Lead by example.
Absolutely. It's as simple as that, man. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't know who's watching you. And then you do know who's watching you, right?
Right.
And people look up to you that you don't even realize they look up to you, man. Like, I be going to people on set sometimes, introducing myself. I'm like, oh, I know who you are, man. And they be tripping me out. So when I hear that, it holds me to a standard already. You know what I mean? And to be somewhat known out here and somewhat got a name for myself, it's imperative that I be on top of my game at all times. You know what I mean?
I know somewhat to it.
Yeah, you feel me?
Right.
Man, I appreciate that. But it's like you always got to be on top of your game. You know what I mean? Always be the best you at all times because people are always watching you. And you lead an example, good or bad.
Right.
So you as an artist, it's up to you the kind of example you want to lead. Do you want to be known as the guy who's late all the time? You want to be the guy who he don't never know his lines, or do you want to be the mean guy? Do you want to be the nice guy? Do you want to be the one that's encouraging everyone? The choice is yours as an artist.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know it's probably a lot of people out there in the game, right? And sometimes they want to get the chance to speak to the people that they look up to, right? If you had to give somebody some advice, what's the best advice you could give to a starting actor?
The best advice I can give to a starting actor is never stop. I don't care how hard your life gets. I don't care what stones have been thrown at you and that have contacted with you, that have broke your bones, your ribs, that have made you fold. You got to keep your feet moving, man.
No, for real.
I've been through the most hellacious situations that an average person would fold under pressure, right?
Right.
In the past 4.5 years. But in the midst of me going through that whole storm, I never said to myself, I'm going to quit. Because like I said, you're doing a disservice to everyone that's believing in you, man. Don't quit. And understand your why. Like, Like, why do you really want to do this thing? Everybody said they want to do it because it's cool, it looks fun, this and that.
Oh yeah, it looks
which
great.
Is.
You know what I'm saying? I want to put the suit on too. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to shoot people in the back of the head. You know
that type of stuff, man.
Yeah.
But
all that.
But are you willing to put in the work? That
On screen, by the way. Let me preface that.
There you go. All right. Yeah, clear that up real quick.
They finna go ahead and they finna,
you know what I'm saying?
Take my live down right now. You want to do what?
Yeah, Trump gonna shut that down. You know.
Police.
Come on out. Ah man, I got warrants, man. No, man, but yeah, you know, but
I don't now, but I will after saying that.
Right. But that's the thing, man. Just lock in, know your why of the reason you want to do this in the first place. It's not all glitz and glamour like everybody think it is. You know, some people want to be on TV to say, "Hey, mama, look, I'm on TV." You know, you want to be on TV because your cousin Junebug is doing a movie, whatever. You think you're ready to be in that thing, and also understand that when you get into this field of work, don't try to jump on top of the ladder right away.
Right.
A lot of people come in the game ready, to jump into a lead role. Like, bro, you gotta get your reps in, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, bodybuilders didn't get swole overnight. They did a lot of reps to gain that muscle. You feel me? Work your muscle. Just work your muscle, man. And enjoy the journey while you're going through the journey. Don't rush the journey. Enjoy the journey. The journey's gonna be hard. It's gonna be draining. It's gonna be demanding. But I promise if you stick it out, it's gonna make sense at the end. It's all gonna work out. Everything always smooths out towards the end. So just, ride it out. You gotta love this thing, man. You can't half-step this thing. If you want to do this, you gotta really be like dang near like, what word am I looking for? You know what I'm saying?
Resilient.
Yeah.
Impenetrable.
Yeah, all that, man. All
unbreakable. Unwavering.
Absolutely,
steadfast.
Man. Possessed.
Right.
Obsessed.
Right. So talk to us a little bit about the pitfalls that you guys go through, in taking a lead role, right? Because I know that there's a lot of sacrifice that has to be made to do that type of stuff.
Big time. Yeah.
So what were some of the pitfalls that you had to avoid going through it? And how did you stay in a good headspace to be able to be that kind of field general?
So with me, man, a lot of things it can come with. It comes with a lot of angles, right? I'm 5'7", so I can't get mad if I don't get a role of a dude that's 6'3", right, with braids. I'm not. That's not me. That's not what it is. You just got to be realistic with yourself and what you connect with and what you don't, right? Right. And just being realistic, man, and understanding that this business can be a tough business. So it even goes back to me telling the newcomer, "Hey, man, look out. This business is not always gonna be the nicest business in the world. They're gonna tell you suck. They're gonna tell you no. They're gonna say, nah, it ain't it, bruh. You just gotta bite that bullet and keep it going, man. You're gonna go to auditions and kill an audition, and they're gonna sit there with a blank face and nod their head at you. Okay, thank you. You can be butthurt by that, not knowing that they really gonna book you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta leave everything on the floor, leave everything on the stage, leave everything on the set. Yeah, man. It's some stuff you just can't control. You got to know that. You got to be cool with that. You got to be comfortable with that and understand that. That's the beast of the business, man.
Right.
You got to have tough skin.
So give us a few things that you think we need to throw in our toolbox in order to make ourselves better actors, right? Because when you come across somebody that is, an expert in their field, right? You always want to know what is it that keeps you on the cutting edge, right? What keeps you on the forefront? What are some of the exercises that you go through to stay at the top of your game?
So with me, I'm very big on improvisation, right?
Right.
I pay attention to conversations I have in real life, right?
Right.
I can have a conversation with a guy at Quick Trip. So I pay attention to everything they're saying to me and why they're saying it to me, right? Right. You understand, acting is not acting, it's reacting to everything. So if I put my fingers in some water and I sprinkle it at you like this, you're going to blink, right? You're going to react to it, right? That's what acting is. React realistically inside of a false situation, right? It's locking into the character, knowing who the person is that you're portraying. What are their desires? What are their wants? What are their needs? What do they hate? I go in the depths of what do they like to eat? What do they like? What's their favorite color? It's layers to this thing. It's not just you saying lines on the camera. You got to really build a person from the inside out to convey a real message and be believable to the audience that's watching.
Right. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep that in mind,
Yeah.
because, some of these things, some of these tidbits that you guys give to me when y'all come sit on this couch, it kind of makes me a better DP. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
absolutely.
if I'm fighting for that spot, uh, some of these tools I need to have available to, just in case I need to pull one out to give to another actor, right?
Absolutely.
Because sometimes you never think of it that way, so you kind of like constantly always in a state of practice, right?
Absolutely.
Already,
It.
that's what's
And
up.
you took the golden word, man. I said, to remain great in this industry, remain a student.
Right.
As simple as that. Like, never get to the point where you know it all, you comfortable. Okay, I got it made now. I'm cool. I ain't got to go to classes no more. I ain't got to. Nah, man. Continue to stroke that muscle, man. Continue to build that muscle. It's gonna get stronger. The more you do anything, you're gonna get better at it. You know what I'm saying? That's human nature. That's what life presents to us. The more you do anything, the more fluid it's gonna become. The more easier it's gonna become. But absolutely, it's gonna become easier. But don't get comfortable in that ease. You know what I'm saying? Continue to challenge yourself. Continue to stretch yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't get to pop up on everybody's set, right? But what I'm saying, every once in a while we'll have like a defining, memorable moment for the set. You know what I'm saying? Do you have one of those moments that you like to share with us on set that was just super funny, or it was just like enlightening, or what I'm saying, just like one of those situations that you're like, man, I wish everybody had to learn that lesson from that. You know what I'm saying? Or everybody had experienced that.
Whoa, man, a few of those, man. Man, I'm trying to think. Which one could I pick, man? Like so far as like in a good manner.
Yeah. I'm trying to promote the positivity, what I'm
Right.
saying?
Absolutely. That's all I promote anyway. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Benet. He was talking about the positivity the other day.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, man. I would say the whole Creep series, man. Because what they do, they allow me to have like free reign sometime because my comedic timing is pretty good, right? So
Pretty good.
yeah, they actually, I'm just, I'm just saying,
I will not tolerate
you're
such
not
slander.
tolerating sub. Okay,
I will not tolerate such slander. Pretty good, no, sir.
That's blasphemous, huh?
No,
Yeah, man. No, what I mean. I had good comedic timing, so I'm trusted a lot with choices I make.
Right.
And I'll ask the director sometimes, hey, man, I kind of got this idea. I want to do this and that. Are you cool with it? He said, I'm gonna see how it look first. If I rock with it, if not, I can change it. It's cool with me. And most times when I do it, they leave it, man. They leave it there. Like I was doing the drop spot one time, and I was like, hey, man, I want to walk in on this part, man, because I'm like this real serious dude on here. Like I really believe I'm Ghost, but I want to walk in and trip over one of my partner's foot. It's gonna kill my whole vibe, of me looking like this bad guy, like this hard dude, it's gonna kill that whole, thing. And man, and he said, hey man, let's check it out. I did it and it made the cut, so yeah, I'm all about making choices and having fun with it, man. Like you gotta have fun in this craft. You can't just be serious all the time and just gung ho like, hey man, when we gonna get done with this and that, bro? Like if you on set complaining, like stay away from me, bro. I can't stand nobody on set complaining. Man, my thing is you pray for this opportunity. It's here. Why you complaining about it?
And that was gonna be my next question. My next question was gonna be: you got 5 things for me to make me a better member on set, right? Because I'm always looking for different type of things to keep me in line and easy to work with.
Absolutely.
Right? So do you got 5 things for me? I don't care if you got 1 or 2 things.
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking it all.
Give me
bro.
something, right?
It's just something to work with, man. Right. Like God, dog, man. And it's bro. It's just like just having fun with choices, man. And it's always good to have directors and producers that allow you to be flexible and actually give you some creative freedom, creative control here and there. And shout out to my man Corey Espy. He actually gave me a little range to play around with Jake. I say, hey, man, I want to try something out. He's like, hey, go right ahead, bro, try it out. And you rock with it, you rock with it. You know what I mean? If you didn't, he was like, nah, let's try something else. But it's all about communication, man. You'd be surprised how many directors and producers will allow you to do some things to try out if you just communicate with them, Yeah, man. So But yeah, bro.
My boy Q Wells in the comments going wild.
Yeah. My boy Q Dog. Q Dog, man. Sorry I had to smoke you in the movie, bro. You know, it was all business, babe. It wasn't nothing personal, man.
You know what I'm saying? It don't even seem like he mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Seem like he more mad. Seem like he more mad at Terrence. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying that, man.
T had to set you up. Shout out to T Banks.
What is going on? T Banks is good, brother. That's the fam right there, man. But yeah, I'm just so proud of everybody that was on the project, man. It was such an honor, man. It was a beautiful vibe, bro. Everybody got along good, man. You know, even people behind the scenes like Marcus Follins, man. Shout out to that brother. You know, my baby, Miss Shamina, man, with the wardrobe and everything, and you know, it was just good vibes, man. Melina Washington, shout out to her as well. She did an awesome job, man. You know, as AD, bro, and she came with it, man. Came in the clutch, bro, and was not playing no games. You know what I'm saying? She was like, she was on her business, man. So salute to that sister, which are much more success and what she got going on. She got a lot of stuff cooking up as well. And yeah, bro, it's just a blessing, man, to be in this lane and do what you love to do. Because a lot of people have dreams and ambitions all the time about what they want to do. You know what I mean? My thing was always reaching for the stars. So if I do fall short, I still land on top of the moon. You know what I mean?
Right. So, you know, I always like to give people an opportunity to clearly outline their goals and aspirations. Right. You know, I think that's something that's very important when you know which direction you're going in, you know, and I always preface this statement by saying you don't have to give up the whole, you know, obstacle course, right? Because you give up the whole course, people can throw down roadblocks, right?
Absolutely.
But what's the end goal for you?
The end goal is to eat off my craft. Simple as that. Okay. Take care of my children, take care of my family.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Give back, drop the ladder, give opportunities, create jobs for others. You know what I mean? Open doors, you know, bless others, man. Like I was always the dreaming kid, you know. I was a kid that used to write my name, like practice my autograph on the fence and stuff and act like I was signing autographs and, you know, that type of stuff. And I was always like this kid, like I'll sit there and watch Oprah or something and I'll see a celebrity surprise a fan that's on the show with a big old check or something or like something like that. And I was like, man, I want to be famous just so I can do that. I've always said, that's the only reason I want to be famous is to bless somebody, bro. That like real talk. That's the only reason I would like to be famous, bro. Just to bless others, man.
Right.
Like it's more than me, bro. I'm the source. I'm getting it. I'm gonna be all right. But this person right here need it. This family right here ain't got no lights on. This family ain't ate in 3 weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I, you know? I said, so God used me as a vessel, Lord, to be a blessing to others. I prayed that when I was 14 years old, man. And he steady opening the doors for me right now. It's like, it's right in my face, bro. I've been prophesied to over and over, man. A lady came to me. I was like 15, 16 maybe at the time. I was at church, man, a revival. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm sitting there just kind of like, you know, man, I'm ready to go home, you know what I'm saying, chill, whatever. And she like, baby, I don't know who you are, but God told me to tell you come up here right quick. So I walk up there to the front of the church, and she like, I don't know what it is about you, baby, but I see your name in lights. I don't know what you're going to be doing. At the time, I'm trying to play pro football. I was like, oh, I made it, bet. But why my name in lights? I'm playing football. That don't make sense. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'm doing something else with it. And, you know, as life unfolds, man, stuff start making more sense. You look back, you reflect. It's like, wow. God was setting all this up the whole time back then.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? My destiny. Because you would have asked me as a teenager what I wanted to do, acting would have never came up. You knew me as a teenager, bro. You never heard me talking about no acting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
nah, for
like, you feel me, bro? Like,
right.
You know me as a kid, bro. So it's like, you didn't hear me talk about that. So it's like, it's funny how the tables turn, man. When life happens to you, you got to allow it to happen to you, man, because God will throw it right in your lap. The thing that falls, seems like it just fell in your lap, it's really our calling, bro. That's how I feel. That's my belief, you know.
Right.
I've been walking it out ever since he threw it in my lap, man, and here we are, you know. So.
Right.
Just stay the course.
You know, some of that stuff, it be looking kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff look kind of scary because it's like to be responsible to carry a whole film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how do you become comfortable with being able to lean on your castmates to deliver the type of performances that you deliver?
Man, so that's an awesome question, bro, by the way, man. And it was one of those responsibilities that I took head on because I said I was ready for it, right? And I will not mess this opportunity up once I get it, right? When I prayed for that thing and God gave it to me through this film, I said, I gotta be the most prepared than anybody on this film. So what I did, my process was, I read that script 7 times, front to back, man. Before I learned any of my lines, I read the script 7 times just to know the story from front to back, right? After I read the script 7 times, I went back and dissected every scene that I was in. So I have certain, if you look at all my scripts that I write on, you can be like, man, what is this? I got arrows all over the place, scribbles and big old paragraphs and stuff like that, right? Because that's how deep I go into it. So I break up everything one scene at a time is all I focus on. Like I said earlier, I focus on one scene at a time. I don't care how long the scene is. The scene can be 10 seconds. The scene can be 10 minutes long. I focus on one scene at a time. I dissect the scene. I do scene study. I went to school for scene study last year. So I use stuff that I learned in class to dissect my scene. After I dissect my scenes, then I go back and then dissect my character. So actually, I do my character development first. So I did a 5-page character development for Jake, right? I created his childhood, his time in prison, his teenage years, how he became a hitman. I did the whole 9. I created my own background for him. So what happens is, when I portray this character, you really feel him. You know, like, so you don't see a man saying lines, because anybody can say lines and they will sound robotic like this right here, right? So how we have conversations, we kind of overlap over each other every now and then, talk over each other every now and then. It's fluid like I'm talking now. So I let that register, right? So natural is always my go-to when it comes to portraying a character, right? Because I'm not acting. I really believe what's going on in the situation. So I built this character from inside out. I basically gave him a soul when I did the whole background. Then for my backstory, I go into all the characters that's connected in the story. So what I do is, you got Nicole, you got Sharif, you got my brother Kelvin, you got D.A. Morgan, you got Marcel, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got all these people, right? How am I connected to all these people? Now I got to make a separate connection to everybody. How do I feel about him? How do I feel about him? Why do I hate him? Why do I like him? How do I feel about Nicole for real? What is my goal with Nicole, right? So in this story, my goal with Nicole is, I'm hiding something from her the whole time, right? I'm hiding this truth, this like hardening, sickening, like, man, just haunting me. This past I'm hiding from her, man, but I'm still stuck in it at the same time. So whenever I'm on set or on the scene with her, I got to convey that through my emotions. I'm going to show you that I'm hiding something from her without saying it. So my nonverbal is my main focus whenever I'm acting.
Right. And,
you know what I'm saying?
Not to give up something,
right.
But you did that really, really well.
Appreciate you,
bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I could, it was almost like you had the script written on your forehead that you played it so well, you know, because there were some scenes where it was like, okay, well, we know she know that, you know, it's stuff going on. We know that he know it's stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? And I could tell that she's supposed to not know that you know, and that, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like, but it just, like, the way that y'all worked that out, it was beautiful.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really appreciate the work you did for that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, every time I get to sit down and watch my partner do work, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about do real work. You know what I'm saying? I'm overjoyed. You know?
I appreciate that, bro.
You know, I've been rooting for you since the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, man. And like I said, it's all about, I locked in like never before with this character, man. You know, because I had something to prove, man, and not to people, but to myself.
Right.
People doubt me all the time, you know what I mean? Close friends, and it's okay. People gonna doubt. It is what it is. You can't. That's the inevitable. You can't get around that, right?
Right.
But what you can do is change your dichotomy, bro. Like the direction you're going, you can change that yourself. That's up to us to do that, you know.
Right.
It's not up to them to keep me in the box. Yeah, they can keep me in the box all they want to mentally, bro. But I'm in control of my destiny.
Right.
You can't hold me down, bro. You can't keep me in the box. You can't tell me I'm a one-trick pony.
Right.
I know what I possess.
Right.
So everybody has something that we possess that we know that we possess, but the world don't know we possess that yet. How do we show the world what we possess? Right?
Right.
You got to display that to the world, right? Then they become believers. You know what I'm saying? You can brag and talk about it all day long. That's cool. It sounds good, man. It sounds cute. But what happened when you put that action to what you just said? It hits harder. It hits different. And then you got people really shaking their head at you like, oh, this brother really can do this and that.
Right.
I don't talk about it. I just do it. You know the whole saying, Oh, hold my beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that normally happens for me when people tell me I can't do something.
Oh yeah, you messed up when you tell me that.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you tell me I can't do something.
They gotta vocalize it. You know,
Yeah.
I had this friend, and she told me, she said, you know what your biggest issue is? And I was like, well, what is my biggest issue? And this girl had the nerve to tell me that my biggest issue is that I only train to the level of my competition.
Oh wow.
Right. And that hurt me because I was like, wait a minute, I'm training hard in the mug. She's like, nah, I've seen you when you're getting ready to fight a tough opponent, and I've seen you when you're getting ready to fight an opponent that you feel like is, gonna be a good fight, but not, an easy fight. You know what I'm saying? Right. She said, I've seen you through all that. You know what I'm saying? But your biggest problem is that you train to the level of your competition. So in hearing that and knowing that that's an issue of mine, I decided that in this film game, I was going to train hard as I can at every aspect of the game.
Absolutely.
Right. So I can make myself an asset for every opportunity and situation that comes my way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I wholeheartedly feel what you're talking about when you say that, my man.
That's it. Don't shortchange yourself, man.
Right.
You know your worth. Only you know what you can possess, man. And what you possess that nobody knows about, that's the thing that shocks the world.
Right.
When people thought you couldn't do something the whole time, you knew you can do that, but you saying that it wasn't enough, because sometimes in this film game, I don't get opportunities because it's not my project. I can't just be like, hey man, make me the lead, bro. Can't put a gun to your head. Hey. Lead role. Back to them lead. You can't do that. It's not realistic, bro.
Hey, y'all see he's striking the same pose as he got on the screen.
It's like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So you can't demand stuff. Sometimes you gotta create your own opportunity. I'm real big at creating my own opportunity, man.
Right.
Because I know what I can possess, so it don't make sense to me arguing with you what I can do. If you don't believe me, it's a waste of breath, right?
Absolutely.
Just do it, man. Like Michael Jordan said, I took that personal. And hey, that's you got what you got, man. So for the ones who didn't believe me, man, thank you. All the haters, salute. I love you. You guys are my fuel to my fire. You guys are my motivation. And take that thing, take how you take it, And then those who believed in me, thank you as well, And I'm still growing. I don't know it all. I'm not nowhere near where I want to be at as an artist, but what you will understand and recognize about me is my growth and my progression, and you can't doubt that.
Right. Yeah. So I want you to talk to us about what new tools that you planning to put into your toolbox, right? Like what new things that you've seen that have caught your eye, and you decide that, hey, I want to add that to my repertoire. I want to put that in my box. I want to know how to do that. What new things are you looking at?
Man, motivational speaking, man.
Okay.
Motivational speaking. Even the old jobs, people come to me and be like, hey, man, you ever thought about being a motivational speaker? I'm like, nah, not really. I listen to E.T. and stuff. I listen, Les Brown and different people like that and all that. Absolutely, I love these guys, but I never thought about doing it myself. But until recently, the last couple of years, it's been like weighing heavy on my mind to give it a shot, into that arena. I just love blessing people, man. I just love, I guess you can call me like some kind of like spiritual therapist or something, man. Like I love to alleviate people's pressure and pain. I love being a doctor to people, man, and hearing people's problems and helping them solve them. Not everybody's problems, now. Not just I ain't trying to be super. No, I ain't trying to be Superman. I'm just saying, but like I have a heart, bro, of God, man, where for my fellow man, bro. Like if somebody's down, that brother probably need me. Because I would want that if I was feeling that way. So I try to be what I would desire to have for myself.
Right.
My lowest times, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would always say, I want you to just pray for the spirit of discernment on that, so that when you are not being taken advantage of.
Absolutely,
versus when you're, because we sometimes come in contact with people and they're just draining.
Absolutely.
Right.
So
like they have like a spirit of taking.
Absolutely. Leeching, man.
Right.
And so the thing about me, I have a strong spirit of discernment,
Right.
Very strong spirit of discernment since I was a kid, man. Like I saw apparitions and I used to see spirits and stuff, bro. Like I had that gift, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, the crazy stuff, you know. And, you know, and it's just got sharper the older I gotten, you know. And that's why I was saying, like, I wasn't saying that as freely as you was probably thinking I was. Like, I want to help everybody. That's why I said I ain't trying to be Superman now. I said, now I will pick. I can convey, I can feel the spirit. I can tell when something's off. You know, I'm not, you know, you can catch me sleeping like that. It ain't like that. But absolutely, man, where I can help, I will. And if God is calling me, I feel like God is calling me and directing me and leading me to say something, to do something for that person, I will act on that. Not saying for everybody, but if I feel that in my spirit, like a heavy moving, yeah. I feel a heavy shift sometimes, heavy move, and there's been times I didn't move. And that person died and stuff, bro. So you know, yeah, man, it's real, bro. Like it's really
right.
It's really a serious thing, you know.
He tell you to move, you better move.
You better move, man. Absolutely.
Better move.
Yeah, it might be uncomfortable, man, but man, obedience is better than sacrifice.
You know, you know me. It's no stranger to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I difficulty high.
Yeah, right.
No matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? I just difficulty high. I don't care what it is. Like, give me maximum difficulty. Like,
right.
I'm in this bad boy to try to get it done. You know what I'm saying? As much as I can, because I know that it's a team game. You know what I'm saying? This that we do, the name of the game is collaboration.
Absolutely.
Right? You have to be able to collaborate with your teammates in order to get the job done.
Got to. Man.
Right? Because none of us can do it all on our own. None of us. As good as you are, as good as you think you are, you know what I'm saying? Can't do it by yourself.
It's not realistic, man.
Right.
And I think the best way to learn it is life.
Right.
I think we all been through a little stubborn phase, but I could do this by myself then. I can just, shoot, I can do all this, man. Then you get overwhelmed and wore out real quick. You're like, yo, man, hold up, brother. I probably do need a little help or something, you know what I mean? But now I don't know how to ask for help. I done burned all these bridges now, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, man, you definitely got to be wise on that. That's wisdom you just spoke, my brother, you know, for sure, man. So,
Appreciate
absolutely.
that.
Walk in wisdom, operating wisdom in everything we do.
Right.
You know, because the choices we make can be detrimental or it can be beneficial.
Right.
The choice is ours, you know.
Right.
So, absolutely.
You know, I always try to pay attention to the type of situations that are able to hurt you versus the situations that will cripple you. Right. Something that'll hurt you, that's something that you can learn from. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you can, hey, I'm gonna bounce back from this. It's a situation where, but those situations that'll cripple you, those are situations that you will not be the same.
Man.
And most people don't realize that crippling actions can take place even when they're not physical, right?
Absolutely.
You can be mentally crippled, right? It's dangerous out there, you know.
Man,
so it's just, right. So you gotta kind of,
man.
right. So that's kind of the way that I've been able to stay alive, even in this game, because there's a lot of pitfalls out there. Like you can walk into the wrong room, say the wrong thing to the wrong person, you know what I'm saying? And now you out of there. You being blacklisted, you don't even know.
Don't
you
even
know
know
what I'm saying?
Bro.
Right.
You burned 12 bridges in 2 minutes. And like what did I do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's vicious out here, man. You got to guard your grill, man, and cover your neck, bro, for sure, man.
Nah, for
Protect
real.
your neck, man. Real talk. It's real, man. It's a gritty game, man. Real gritty game, bro. You know. But yeah, I'm just blessed, man, just for these opportunities, for these projects to even be, given these opportunities, and just hearing the feedback from the films, man, have been nothing, man, but more than amazing, bro. The family came out and supported me at the movie premiere. Friends surprised me. I didn't know that was coming. It was popping up, So it was an awesome, blissful weekend, man, and just. I'm still on a high from it, because this was something I waited for a long time, and that's why I tell people all the time, when you get opportunity, you got to knock the ball at the park. You can't be hitting no scratches, man, or no fouls, so you got to knock that mug over the fence.
Nah, for real.
So.
Yeah, so talk to us a little bit about the event, because I didn't get to go. I seen some of the photos and stuff, some of the videos and stuff, but I didn't get to go, man. How was that for you?
Oh man, the experience was great, man. We had a movie premiere in Bedford, Texas at the Look Cinema. Man, had a great crowd actually, man. I was surprised about the crowd, man, because we had a situation with the ticket sales at first. It was real low, so we were like, they probably gonna cancel this mug, man. So we was like on eggshells and skates, like, dang, bro, we probably ain't gonna have no premiere, man, And then thank God, man, everybody came in last minute, started pummeling and getting all the tickets, and then we ended up having a premiere, man. Nothing but love. Everybody enjoyed the film, enjoyed the project, man. The commentary during the film was a trip, some funny stuff. You hear people yelling, different parts of the theater, I know that's white girl. Oh, you gonna let him do that? He did what? You know, it just, I just love the interactions, man. You know, because sometimes I sit back and some of my movies, I sit back and just like watch everybody else react to it. I don't even watch the movies. I just kind of like watching everybody else's reactions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like just, you know, the applause, man, the motivation, the inspiration, the words that was given to me before and after and during, you know, a scene will happen, they'll look back at me like, boy, you did that. You know, it just, it's man, it's kind of hard to grasp sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
It's a surreal moment, you know, it's something you dream about. And when it finally come like, you know, into full effect in real life, it hits different, man. Cause like, you know, you expect things to happen, but when it really happened, man, that's a whole different ball game. Like, so it was very electrifying. I was nervous. I was super nervous, man. Oh my goodness, bro. Like, my stomach fell out my back about 12 times, bro, before I even got to the door, you know what I mean? And I was trying to keep it cool, you know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody cool? Oh, how you feel? I'm feeling great, baby, man. Oh, man.
Boy,
I need to shake them like rocks, boy, straight up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take my button off, hold on, I got to breathe first, bro. You know. Yeah, man, but all in all, man, I was very happy with the product, man. I was very happy with my performance. I'm very rarely ever satisfied with my performance. I'm a perfectionist, man. So I look at like some of my movies like a couple times and I'll never watch them again type stuff, you know. That's usually how I do them, man. But this one right here, I've been dissecting this one, man. I've been watching it over and over, clips of it, pieces of it. But I also use it to study myself as well, to get better, because I only want to elevate, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, I feel like I did a great job on this one, but I just want to do, even the next one I do I'm going to, you know, maximize that one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I always compete with every project I do with the next, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and just taking this character on was a whole different beast. You know, the lead, that's a lot of responsibility on your shoulder, man. A lot of people think they're ready for it and they're not. And I've been in the game for a minute, and I was never like rushing the lead role. Yeah, I wanted one, but then I always wanted to be at a certain point sharp enough skill-wise as well and be confident in my own skill before I even took on the role. I didn't want to have it just for clout and for a status to say, hey, man, I've been doing it 30 years. I think I deserve a lead role. Nah, man, I earned it, bro. I earned that role. You feel me?
Yeah.
I've turned down other roles before, you know, lead roles and stuff. I'm like, I ain't really feeling it. I don't feel like that's what I need right now for my career, bro. But I needed this for my career. You know, absolutely, man. And so, like I said, shout out to J.F. Bailey, man, DeMarcus Bailey for the opportunity to lead this film, and Derek Massey with that nice pen game, man. Awesome story. And it had to be executed right, you know. So
right.
We worked with what we had, man, and you know, some made magic with it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You know how much love I got for you, you know what I'm saying? I would tell you, I love you like a blood brother, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I am more than ecstatic, bro, to see that you are getting your just due, bro. Like, that's that people don't be understanding sometimes how hard it is to get in a space where people trust you with their money, because at the end of the day, this all boils down to money. Even the time that people are taking to watch this podcast boils down to $1
all the time, bro.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, for people to trust you with their time and trust you with their entertainment, bro, they could have been anywhere else in the world, bro, and they took the time to let you know that you are worth watching, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
And I am so proud of you, bro.
I appreciate
like, straight up. Like, for real, for real.
I appreciate
like,
that.
I be smiling from ear to ear every time you come down my feed, bro. Like, I be like, man, heck, God, like this, like, cause I know where we started.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody had told us that we'd be where we are now, I'd be like, get out of here.
Yeah.
You lying through your teeth. Like, hell no. You know
what I
what
would have said?
What's that?
I'm like, I already knew that.
Yeah.
Like, I knew he was gonna be here, bro.
Man, I know we were gonna be here. I didn't know we were gonna be here. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my pandemic skill, so I just kind of fell into this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just developed some skills by way of working hard. You know what I'm saying? I can't say it was just naturally easy for me, you know, but there were some things that I did have a bit of a fluency for, you know what I'm saying? So it was, you know, it just kind of came natural to me. And there are some things, and even now, for the stuff that I do know, I'm going back and I'm having to do back work on it, right? Because I know I don't know everything.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
nobody.
And Right. There's
yeah.
there's some things that I want to achieve that I haven't achieved visually yet. Right. So, I'm constantly buying new stuff, constantly doing this, you know what I'm saying?
But you're doing the work, bro.
Right.
You're doing the work, and it's all gonna pay off and make sense at the end of the day, man. You gotta do the work for you to even be believable or trustworthy to even take on any projects, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I gotta see your skill, I gotta see your grind, your hustle, I gotta see your end result, man, for me to be like, you know what, bro? Yeah, I'm gonna invest in you. You know what I mean? Make yourself an investment, man. Like that's why I say I go back to this role. This was an investment. I feel like they invested in me. You know.
Oh yeah.
'Cause this was a complex character, man. Jake is a very complex character, bro. Like this guy has so many layers, man. He's a kill for hire, but at the same time, he doesn't like what he's doing.
Right.
He hates it. You know, he's doing it only just to get out of debt. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then Marcel's holding this over his head, like, hey, man.
Right, and y'all made that very apparent and clear at the beginning of the movie.
Absolutely.
It's like there was and that was the thing that I enjoyed watching was him struggle with that moral dichotomy in the situation. Like that was dope.
Absolutely, man.
So shout out to Massey for that because that it showed it almost, hate to say it, but you're such a lovable guy, right? So it's like it almost kind of humanizes the murderer. Like it's
absolutely, and that's what my goal was for this character. I want you to humanize. I want you to feel sorry for him. I want you to love him, and I want you to hate him at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause I want to show that he was a hitman, but he was a real guy as well.
Right.
He had a heart. He had a woman he loved. He had a brother he loved and cared about. He had a business. He owned a bar. You know, he had goals and aspirations like the next man did, but he was stuck. In his past, man, he was haunted by his past, and his past derailed him from where he was trying to go, So I'm showing his mental and his spiritual battle and his spiritual warfare that he was dealing with in his mind. So I try to convey that throughout the whole film, man, that he wasn't okay with what he was doing. But when he get in his mode, that's his job. So he locks in on that, he does his job, and then when he does it, he's desensitized again, like, bro, I just did that again, because man, he been doing it so long, he get in his mode, he kind of blacks out and goes into his thing. And if you see me decompress, I purposely put these things in, like these small nuances in. Whenever I decompress, I would do like a little neck roll. I would drink a beer. I would get drunk to forget about what I just did. You know what I mean? So, like, these were different things that I threw in there. You know what I mean? This stuff ain't even written. There was stuff that I added to the character to give him layers, to make y'all feel that he was a real person.
Right.
Battling demons.
Sometimes, like you was talking about earlier, you know what I'm saying, that robotic motion, like,
man. It's cool to kill somebody and have some lines with it. But how does this dude really feel about this? Like, does he love doing this? It's a job. He's desensitized to death now. You gotta understand that. When somebody die, I don't know how to feel about it because I kill people for a living. It's like, I don't know. Am I supposed to cry? How do I cry?
Right.
Until he experienced death on his end,
when I was working as a PPO, bro, it was so many people that was dying around us, and it's like I only had a few times where somebody just like died right in front of me, but thank God it was none of my officers, you know what I'm saying? But I've only had a few moments where somebody just like died right. Like I'm talking about I watch him get struck and fall, you know what I'm saying? So it's only a few times where I've seen that. But it was happening around us. Like I was having to show up to too many scenes where that was like a real life thing, bro. And I can see where that actually happens because it happened to me. I got desensitized to it. It was like it was an everyday thing. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Right. So it was like for me, and I still got this saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like people be like, "Man, this is going on. This is bad. I hate this. I don't like this." And my response is always, "Nobody died." You know what I'm saying? Because like it could always go there.
It could always end in catastrophe. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Split of a second.
For real. So it, seeing that be added to a character, kind of drew me in because I saw a lot of myself in the character. Now I ain't saying I'm no murderer or no hitman like that, but I'm just
relatable in a lot of other situations. It could be his relationship with Nicole. It could be his brotherhood with his brother. You know what I mean? It could be his aspirations of being a business owner and an entrepreneur that keeps falling short. And he had everything going, and then it just gets taken away, you know? So it's relatable in a lot of ways. And I try to hit those angles specifically for those reasons, because everybody can relate with everything in the story. You know what I mean? Somebody probably was a hitman before. Somebody probably had a business and they, you know, something went wrong with it. Somebody probably was in debt and had to do some crazy stuff to get out of debt. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of relatable, you know, it's a lot of relatable situations, man, with this character, man. So I dove deep, man, did some soul searching with this guy and try to find out who this guy was, what his desires was, what his wants were. And then I locked in on those, man, and then that's what we got.
Right. Well, we done sped on past an hour, you know what I'm saying? I tell you, boy, that hour be going by fast.
You having fun, man. Time go by, boy. I'm telling you,
what I'm saying?
Man.
And see, people don't be understanding why I do this so often, you know what I'm saying? I come to do this so often because I love talking to my brother, you know what I'm saying? Because he just, like I say, I'm constantly learning, and you give me the insight that I need to make myself better, you know what I'm saying? Right. My boy Jeff X always tells me, he say, hey, if you're not in the room with people that's smarter than you in the wrong room.
Come on, man. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Right.
So I never want to be the smartest guy in the room.
Nah, for real.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? That could turn into a full waste of time.
Boy, big time.
Man, say. Yeah. So, you know, we're going to roll over to the part of the show where we, you know, give you an opportunity to say whatever you want to say and how you feeling about things, right? You know what I'm saying? And it don't even have to pertain to the movie or what we talking about, you know what I'm saying? This is kind of like a get it off your chest type situation, you know what I'm saying? Say where you're coming from, tell everybody where they can find you, and, you know, just kind of close out the show type of situation.
All right.
So we're going to go ahead and kick the rock back to you.
So we're coming with Jerry's final thoughts. No, I'm playing, man.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? The good old days. I just want to say, everyone's watching, whoever tunes in and whoever watches it later or whatnot, stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. I know life be lifing like crazy. And every which way you're getting pulled, every direction you could think of, every angle you could think of, man, I'm telling you, but just stay locked in with God. Remember, God is the foundation of all things. Whether we know it or not, whether we believe it or not, He is always the foundation. If you believe in God and have Him as your foundation, when the storm comes, you're gonna sway a little bit, you're gonna waver, but you're not gonna break. So I just want you to be encouraged and remember why you started what you was doing in the first place. Stay locked in on that. Remember who's all depending on you, who's leaning and depending on you and trusting you right now, and your children. It could be your family, loved ones, you know. Remember you have a high calling in your life, and it'll be a disservice if you do not make that high calling become a reality. Stay locked in. Be blessed.
Already. And see, y'all know how it goes, you know what I'm saying? You got the chance to listen to one of Dallas's more prominent actors, right? This guy has put in the work. He's doing what he needs to do in order to make sure he stays relevant out here, right? We greatly appreciate the work you're doing, my brother, and we can't wait to see what you're going to do in the future. All right, y'all. This has been another episode of Bodyguard TV's Dallas Spotlight. I really appreciate y'all taking the time to kick it with us. Catch up with y'all a little later. I'm out.